Alright, we out here. Or we're in here. I'm in my room, obviously. What's going on, playboys, playgirls, and everyone in between? I got y'all. Remembered you guys that time. Anyways, you guys clicked on the video. You know what we're about to do. We're about to make the ultimate gym exercise tier list. You know, at the time of this recording, I am still actually a certified personal trainer. I'll still be certified for a whole nother year. So, if you find this during this time, you can constitute this as fitness advice from a professional. I think you guys might appreciate my point of view on this because I'm not your typical gym bro slash personal trainer, you know what I mean? I identify as a breaker and a movement artist before. The reason why I got into personal training is because one, I wanted to further my own knowledge to create my own training program to further my own athletic and movement goals. Two, whatever I learn, I want to share and help people. So let's get into it. First exercise looks like the overhead dumbbell press. I'm gonna put that in the C tier, just because in terms of general fitness, it's very helpful to be able to push that overhead motion. But as a movement artist, right, you can get that same overhead pushing movement in a handstand and handstand push-up, right? And personally, I think that a handstand push-up, being able to control your body weight while inverted, is a better skill. With dumbbells, you're a little bit limited. So yeah, C tier it is. Let's go to the next one. Looks like bent over barbell row. I'm gonna put that in the B tier, right? I think it's a great movement for back, tris, and chest. So if you're looking for hypertrophy, that's a great movement. So I'm gonna rank that in the B tier. Yes, B for barbell bent over row. All right. Next one looks like this is the barbell bench press, flat bench. I'm gonna let you guys know right now, this is one of the most, obviously this is one of the most iconic exercises. So we're gonna slot that in the S tier. What's cooler than just banging out a couple reps, getting new PRs on the flat bench, working on your pushing strength, and you work the chest, you work the tris, depending on the angle you're at, and just a really, really great overall compound movement. You know what they say, no pecs, no sex. So get your barbell bench press on. Next movement, this is the seated neutral grip row, or a seated row. You can get a wide grip on that too, but let's just call this the seated row. I think this is just as essential as the barbell bench press. If you're working that push motion, you want to work the opposite. Wouldn't it be weird if you laid flat and somehow were pulling something? Hella dangerous. So I'm also gonna put this in the S tier. Great for your back and tris. All right, cool. Next up, look at this man's calves, man. Shit looks like boulders. Calf raises. Calf raises, I'm gonna put on the A right there. Definitely great exercise. Gotta work the muscles that aren't always focused. Although, if you go to your local gym, obviously they're gonna have a calf raise machine. Definitely get your calf raises on. And I'm gonna throw in one exercise to pair with this. Yeah, this is a very general fitness tier list, so I don't see the tib raises, right? So that is where you lift the toes instead of lifting your heels. Add that after your calf raises. Feel that burn on your shins. Shout out to Knees Over Toes guy for making that one popular. It's a very important movement to have in your repertoire. All right, next is dumbbell pec fly. You guys might not like where I'm gonna put this, but I'm actually gonna put this on the D tier. Why do you ask? Because it's about the safety and the efficacy of the exercise. Having all that extra weight back, it might actually pull your shoulders a little too far back. That shit gonna fuck you up. If you're trying to elicit more pectoral activation, you would do a lot better with this next exercise, which is the cable crossover. And for the cable crossover, I personally really like this movement. So I'm gonna stick it in the B tier. I don't like doing it too much because, some people get too much of that forward head tilt in order to get the cable to cross over, but it is really nice for the pec. All right, so this little pic right here is not exactly clear what it is because it's just showing the dude's abs and shit, but you know, he got it like this. So this is definitely a bicep curl. I'm gonna put that in the B tier as well. Not saying that having big biceps ain't nice, right? But you know, it's not very functional. It's definitely one of those ego lifts. Obviously, you ain't gonna be carrying your groceries like this, but you know, for aesthetic purposes, yeah, bicep curls, bomb.com. The ladies love big arms, right? Or men, maybe men like big arms too on their men, if that's what they like. All right, next. So this is the deadlift, the most controversial exercise. And it's controversial because a lot of people will tell you, hey, yo, you don't need a deadlift. Like, and yeah, you don't need to deadlift, but might be nice to do, right? Personally, I don't do regular deadlifts. I actually opt for Romanian deadlifts. I think those are a little bit more functional and definitely more safe. It's very important to get the hinge movement and work on the hinge movement. But, you know, loading that much weight, it's a little unnecessary, right? Like, when are you ever gonna have to lift something that heavy from the ground? It's not a practical movement, but in terms of a feat of strength, sure. If that's what your life is all about, that's great. But for someone like me, more movement, more fluidity, more mobilizey kind of a way of training, I'm gonna put that in the C tier. There's so many different ways to work a hip hinge movement that doesn't require load. So yeah, I'm gonna stick that in the C tier. All right, so this next one is decline bench. Honestly, decline bench, those are hella easy. It's not like a very functional movement either. You know, when are you ever gonna be at this low angle, right? And you're gonna push some shit off. Like, that's a very, very situational situation. So, yeah, definitely use it if you want to work different angles or you just want to, like, you know, spice up your training a little bit. And it's definitely the easiest out of the 3 bench presses, right? Decline is easiest, flat bench in the middle, and incline bench press definitely the hardest. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick decline bench press in the D tier. So speaking of incline bench press, let's find that right here and give it a tier. In terms of like strength, I think the incline bench is one of the best ones to help showcase that strength, right? But in terms of, you know, what it can do to you for hypertrophy, like muscle building, you get that nice little like line right here, right? That plate of armor chest look. I stopped doing incline bench press just because I started to lose that overhead mobility. So if you want a really nice upper chest and look like a fucking gladiator, yo, that shit's S tier. But to me, I would stick this in the A tier. All right, next, dips. Yo, love dips. Every time I hit like weighted dips, I feel like a fucking demigod. I'm sure it drives all the ladies wild too when I'm hitting those. My wife's right there in the corner. I'm just trying to piss her off. Yep, yo, that's a S tier movement for sure. And you know, because I prefer calisthenics, I guess it's a little biased to put it in the S tier, but come on, man. All right, what's this next movement? Yo, I have to like peek in to see this. I have no idea what this is. This might be hammer curls. Right here, this guy right here. Those are the hammer bicep curls. That's what I'm deciding to call this pick. I'm gonna stick that in the B tier as well. It's definitely an accessory movement because you wanna build big biceps. All right, next up, we got hamstring curls. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is probably my least favorite exercise. Just because, you know, if you want to build your hamstrings and shit, I don't see why you would want to unless you're a bodybuilder. You don't need to have that much muscles on your hamstrings. Definitely have some muscle there, like you should have muscular development everywhere. It's just when you load your hamstrings, anything beyond your body weight, it's just a recipe for disaster. Like, you're gonna get injured. If you don't agree with anything that I say, guys, like, yo, feel free to argue with me in the comments. Like, I love the banter. Let's do this shit, right? Or yeah, make your own tier list and you know, tag me in it, link your fucking video. Like, let's have some fun with this shit, all right? So this next one looks like it's not really specific. He's holding this front rack with the kettlebell right here, and his arm is out like this. He looked like he about to do a dab, but with a weight on. So I'm assuming that this is single arm front rack farmer's carry, and that's just all right. The traditional farmer's carry is probably a little bit better, especially because it works your forearms more. Traditional farmer's carry, I would give that A tier for sure. This rack right here, you know, holding this on your shoulder, sure, you can keep your shoulder stable, but you know, your shoulders can be it can be very hit or miss, right? And to load it like that, I don't know. Like, yo, just do a handstand push-up. I'm gonna slide this in the B tier because this will definitely challenge your stability, but just with that shoulder right there, it's a little iffy. All right, what do we got here? So this is a wide grip lat pull down. So for the beginners, people who can't do a pull-up, like, yo, this is great. This is an A tier or S tier exercise if you want to build your shoulders and your lats, right? But let's be real, like, we should be able to do some pull-ups. Definitely start with your lat pull downs, but yo, if you maxing out lat pull downs and you start looking like a hot air balloon, my guy, my girl, like, you gotta go work on your pull-ups. This is B tier, sorry. All that, and I put it in B tier. No, for beginners though, definitely A tier. All right. So this guy, you can't see it, but obviously this is the dumbbell lateral raise. Honestly, again, I would put this in the same category as like bicep curls, right? You want nice biceps. You might also want nice capped shoulders. Get that Superman, superhero looking shoulders, right? I don't do these because, again, like, I do a lot of calisthenic stuff. My shoulders just naturally look nice. But yeah, I will put this in a lower tier than the bicep curl. Having cap shoulders, it ain't functional at all, and like, you know, you'll probably get shrugged up like this. We're gonna put that in the C tier. If you care about your aesthetics, definitely I'd slide that up a little bit higher, because a nice shoulder to waist ratio is what defines attractiveness in the male physique. In the female physique, it's different. It's hip to waist ratio. But yeah, let's keep it going. What do we got here? Okay. You guys gonna hate me for this, but anyone who agrees with me, yo, subscribe. I'm your boy. Anyways, this is the weighted leg press. And the reason why y'all gonna hate me for this is this shit dumb. You ever see like homies at the gym and they load up like 5 plates on each side and it's like, yo, you huge, bro. You huge, girl. Like, that's just crazy, but is it functional? Is it functional? No, absolutely not. I don't know if you guys seen like old leg press videos, but sometimes they can go horribly wrong. If I find one, I'll link it down in the description below, but this is D tier for sure. Like, you know what's a better workout than a leg press? Yo, fucking jump, right? Squat jump. Yo, do that shit. Come on, man. Like, jumping is way more functional. Like, what if you need to reach something high up, right? Instead of like being a bitch and you just, oh, let me get my step stool, let me get my ladder, right? Because I got big fucking tree trunk legs, I can't jump up and grab something. Nah, man. Like, yo, jump. Do some plyo jumps, some box jumps. You know, if you want to build a little bit of size on your legs, that's cool, but don't go overboard with that shit. Balance it out with some jumping, all right? Jumping is natural. Jumping, running, sprinting, like, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Next, we got the lunges. I can't tell if homie's carrying dumbbells in this. Yeah, he carrying dumbbells. All right, weighted lunges, as long as you don't take it too far. Yo, that's A tier right there. It works your legs in that like walking, running, stride pattern, right? You're in that stride position and you're working the muscles there. Definitely a much better choice than your leg press. All right, this next exercise, overhead barbell. Oh, military press, overhead press, same shit, right? Same shit as the first one, except this one's with a barbell. Yo, if you want giant shoulders, A, S tier, whatever. To me, you can do way better than that. This could also be like a snatch and clean or whatever, one of those Olympic lifts. You know, I don't see the function behind it. You know, if you guys know the function behind a snatch, clean, whatever the fuck you call it, please let me know down below, because even whatever they taught me in the certification, it still doesn't justify it being a good workout to me. My wife's brother-in-law does CrossFit and they definitely do these, but you know, I just don't see it. Homie told me he fucked up his elbow because of it the other day, so definitely not worth it. So all right, D tier. All right, what we got next? Yeah, same thing here, same thing here. This is one of those snatch cleans, whatever, Olympic lifts. Like, yo, no offense to like, you know, that style of training. I just don't personally see it. I'm gonna stick that in D tier as well. Yep, they're right next to each other. Damn, I'm like shitting on a lot of these Olympic lifts and like, you know, accessory movements. See, this next one though, this next one. Yo, you guys know where I'm gonna put this? This is a push-up. Where am I gonna put this? Tell me where I'm gonna put this. That's right. Yo, push-up, S tier, baby. All day. And the thing is that, yes, I do prefer calisthenics, but with the push-up, first of all, there's so many different variations you can do with it. And you can also turn it into a plyometric workout. So yeah, or I can show you on screen right here, like examples of different push-ups and push-up variations I do. And I'll link up here in the right hand corner a freestyle push-up tutorial. You can have so much fun with push-ups. It's functional, it works on that push strength. I hardly bench press, but for my size and how much I can bench, I owe it all to my push-up strength. So if anyone wants to argue that push-ups ain't S tier, please do so. I will be shitting on your ass. All right, cool. So next exercise, yo, okay. See, we get into the good stuff now. We get into the good stuff. Where am I gonna put this? This is a pull-up. Y'all know where I'm putting this? That's right. This joint go in the S tier. Earlier in the video, y'all already know I praised pull-ups so much. That is a full body movement right there. You work pretty much everything, especially when you're doing it right. Quick pro tip of when you do the pull-ups, right? Sink your head all the way down so that your ears touch your shoulders, and then come all the way up, clear the bar. Always clear the bar. You can do half reps too, depending on where you are or like what you're training for. Definitely try to get strong in every micro point of the movement. But yeah, if y'all don't agree with pull-ups being S tier, yo, maybe, just maybe, you need to do some pull-ups. And you know, that could work for me too. Like maybe, just maybe, I need to do some leg presses. No, I don't. Next one. All right. This also looks like a deadlift. It looks like a more traditional deadlift. I guess the deadlift before is a, so his legs are wide. I guess you would call that a sumo deadlift. You can't tell with this guy right here that I'm about to slot, but this could just be traditional deadlift or Romanian deadlift. But I'm gonna call this Romanian deadlift, right? Just for the sake of, you know, changing it up. And if you guys don't know the difference between a regular deadlift and a Romanian deadlift, Romanians just start from the top, right? So you are straight up from the top. You lower the weight as low as you can before you break neutral spine as you hinge down, right? And then you pull it back up. Whereas a conventional deadlift, you know, the weight is on the ground, you're getting in position, and then you're gonna lift up. So Romanian deadlift adds one extra step, you get that eccentric lowering, then you get the lift, right? So definitely more bang for your buck. If you're doing Romanians, I have no idea why you would even consider adding in the conventional deadlift. So yeah, I'm glad we got an image for Romanian deadlift. I'm gonna put that on the A tier for sure. And honestly, now that I think about it, I have not hit any deadlifts this week. So I might go do some in a little bit. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? All right, this one, it looks like tricep extension with the barbell. Yeah, I don't know, you can do much safer, much more functional ways to build your triceps. Like, if anything, like, yo, people always tell me like my triceps are crazy, right? And I'm gonna show you guys right here. Yo, your boy got monster triceps. And I don't do any type of tricep extension. This one and the last one, I can see it looks like, you know, one is like a sitting tricep extension and like pull over, whereas this one is just like a lying down extension. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know. There's only so much you can tell off the image. If these were like little GIFs or videos, you know, it might be a different movement. But if I'm wrong, hey, just comment and be like, hey, yo, you're wrong. What kind of personal trainer are you? Anyways, those I'm gonna put in the D tier just because I don't do them and I still have very, very awesome triceps. Anyways, cool. Last one, barbell back squat. All right, cool. So squats in general, great movements. Barbell back squat, you know, if you're trying to build a booty, you're trying to build them legs, amazing. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. Not good enough for me to put in S tier, but definitely in terms of efficacy and strength building and hypertrophy and how functional it is, like, it's pretty functional. All right, cool. So this is the tier list. Yeah, can you guys tell this was my first tier list? If you guys like this style of video, I'll do more. Just comment down below and be like, Kai, do more tier lists. That shit was cool. This is fun. But yeah, anyways, again, this is just my opinion. If you have anything to say, if you want to argue about where I put everything in this tier list, let's go. Thanks for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.